One Planet Left Behind. Written by Floats All Boats. Read by Bag Vicodin. Glancing around him furtively, E-Grip slid a finger under his collar. The tension in the long conference room had him steaming, literally. The Actoeshi emit moist, hot air as a means of cooling, and his suit was feeling more and more like it was meant to broil him. At least he wasn't the subject of the chairperson's withering interrogation. That sad fate was reserved for the misfortune of Tam Abril, case manager for Earth, one of 17 pre-FTL worlds under the control of the Bureau for the Uplifting and Refinement of Primitives, the world that was fast becoming a blight in the Bureau's good name. So, continues the chairperson, you incited their first global-scale conflict by assassinating a well-known political figure, expecting planetary unification following the war. Following protocol, Your Eminence. Perhaps miscalculations were made, but... Abril responds with some confidence at first, before withering under the chairperson's hostile gaze. Clearly they were, the chairperson responds. Near unprecedented slaughter, the accidental release of a biological superagent, one intended for total cleansing of the planet as a last resort, mind you, that resulted in a 1 in 3 fatality rate on top of the war. And what did you do next? She is growing wrathful by now, skin turning a vivid purple. The case manager gulps audibly, steam forcibly exiting his pores. I tried again. You, without authorization, gave advanced weapons technology to 2 authoritarian powers, and to make it worse, they were defeated by their enemies as a result of the first independent invention of the atomic bomb since this Bureau's founding. Need I remind you of the catastrophe that led to the Bureau's initial incorporation? No, Chairperson, the case manager coughs. As you say, they have discovered atomics and still are not even close to unification. I was hopeful for a while, as during their space race, they coalesced into 2 main factions, but now both have essentially collapsed and 2 major powers are on the rise. In terms of major entities on the world stage, there are at least 5. The chairman's eyes look as though they are about to pop out of her head. This is inexcusable. You are relieved from your duties, and we will be assigning a new officer to salvage the situation before, gods forbid, they make it off-world still in this disastrous state. Meanwhile, on a barren, red, rocky world, the thin air is filled with the roar of engines, as the largest rocket ever built comes to a standstill on the surface. From the landing module step forth first 1, then 3, then 20 pairs of feet. All assemble around the leader, who takes a fistful of the red dirt in her hand, gazing up at the sky, then looking back to her ship. The SS, look at that, Sally, is magnificent. Today, we take 1 small step for men and women, 1 giant leap for humanity. Let's get to work, folks. You're not being paid to stand around and admire the view. Captain Karen Nyberg, formerly of NASA and now of SpaceX, sets the crew of the Mars Colony Mission 1 to work. Thank you for listening.